We got a little bit of a crispy spot. Let's make a ginger beer and sweet potato fish batter. I was trying to play around with new concepts, and I have this idea of a sweet potato fried fish. In the realm of like soul food fusion, it's not really fusion. Well, it kind of is fusion. Kind of like a mix of, oh, how do you say, like British fried fish? How do they do it? Chips and fish, yeah, chips and fish. So how they do like a battered style fish there with like yams, like how does that mix together? I don't know, but here we are. We're gonna try to figure something out here. So I have some sweet potato puree that I used way back on my soul food ravioli. I think that's what I called it. And I think I'm gonna try to fry some fish with it. Now I don't have a lot here, but I think a little bit of this is gonna go a long way. So this is just sweet potato blended with cream, and then it has like spices like nutmeg and cinnamon in there. We got sweet potato puree in there. I'm gonna try to make a batter based from this. When it comes to being like creative in the kitchen, I know sometimes it's hard to like justify like what if it's not good? What if I waste that money, you know? But you know, when you have a passion for something, you got ideas, you got to chase it. So right here, I'm added in some potato starch, and then I'm gonna add in some cornstarch here. We're gonna cheat. So I just got some fish fry. It's just a basic mix, so it's really just like cornmeal and corn flour, but it's blended really finely. British style chips and fish, they use a club soda. So what I'm gonna use instead is just ginger beer, which I think is gonna add like a nice flavor when you play back into like the yams concept, where like soul food, you have more like spice in there. I was like, why not a ginger beer? Could have been a ginger ale, you know. In my culture, ginger ale fixes everything. Oh, some seasonings here, basically just the base for like a basic Cajun blend. I'm really trying to keep the flavors basic here so that we'll see if the sweet potato comes through. And ooh, I should add some mustard powder. That's good. Give this a whisk. I know it's gonna get clumpy just from having the sweet potato and all these dry ingredients in there too. See what I mean? Like it's just clumping up the sweet potato in there. It's almost forming like a dough in there right now, stuck inside the whisk. Hate when this happens. That was kind of anticlimactic. There it is. All right, so we're gonna slowly add in ginger beer here until we have a nice batter. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I only got a little bit of fish. So like when you're playing around in the kitchen, like you don't have to make a whole meal, right? I only have a little bit of batter I'm gonna make. I got a little bit of fish. I'm using catfish because it's cheaper. Plays into the soul food concept there. You don't have to break the bank when you want to like play around in the kitchen. Scrape the sides. You can really smell the ginger. And I know I can add more like cornstarch, potato starch, and like the fish fry. It's just that I only had so much sweet potato, so I want the sweet potato to still be strong. I know, like where's the seasonings? We need more than salt and pepper. But I'm really trying to see for this like recipe development, I'm trying to see what I'm getting from the actual batter here. So that's why I'm gonna keep it simple, just salt and pepper for the seasoning for the actual catfish. Add a little bit of the corn flour to the catfish, just as like a pre-bread. You can get the other side too. I'm not really trying to get it too thick. Just a light coat on there. And we're gonna let the batter do all the work for this fish. I don't think I've ever had like batter fried catfish. It's not really a thing in the South. I could be wrong though. Someone tell me though, if you live in the South, and I'm not counting Florida in that, do you batter your fish? Catfish specifically. Fish here, we're gonna go ahead and give it a dip in our batter. The batter is thick. All right, now we're just gonna go straight into the fryer. My question to y'all is, how often do you fry foods? Are you afraid of frying food? Are you watching this because you're trying to learn how to fry? Maybe you are. My biggest tip is, don't be afraid. Our first piece of fish out of the fryer, and it looks good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks crispy. There we go. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. And I'm not mad at that at all. So we got a few more pieces to fry, and then we'll give this a taste test. Watch how close my hand gets to the oil. Don't be afraid. I got to fry these two last pieces at the same time because I was being impatient. So they start to stick together, and I didn't realize this piece was sticking to the bottom, and we got a little bit of a crispy spot. So I'm gonna put the burnt one at the bottom. Then we'll go with this one. Cover up the burn spot. There we go. All right, so we already started breaking into it and tasting it. There's something here, like it needs a little bit of tweaking, just a little bit though. It's really good. It's like a blend in between fish and chips and like a sweet potato fry. Hot sauce just makes it better, but it is greasy. That means I need to change my oil and I need to fry it at a hotter temp. But for this to be R&D, very happy with it. Got a little ginger beer mocktail going. Listen, I'm gonna keep making videos like this. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it. This is just me showing you guys how I kind of recipe develop, test new ideas. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you like this, if you don't like this. If you have a recipe idea that you don't have the time to make, let me know. I might just make it. Today we made our sweet potato and ginger beer batter, fish and chips. Of course, I don't have the fries right now, but the chips next time, right? We'll make some chips next time. Tag me if you recreate this recipe. We'll see you next time.